and Sports Department of Special.
The Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, together with the State Minister of Education for Sports, Peter Gwang, appeared before the Committee of Education and Sports, led by the Committee Chairperson John Tresije, to discuss the performance of the half-year budget of 2022-2023. The Minister of Education officials told the committee that they are struggling with about 80% in budget cuts.
The sub-program registered budget cuts under the recurrent and development components of 170.95 billion and 87.6 billion respectively. This is attributed to an 80% reduction across all subvention grants.
The MPs here discussed the criteria that the Ministry of Finance was using to cut the education sector budget, whereas it is sensitive to the country's development.
It is you who give them money to do the job, and many times they are crying. You are not giving them money, and we are wondering why. Because this is the engine. If you don't give them money, they can't do much.
Problems at the end of the day. You find strikes in university not caused by the universities, but because there's no funding, caused by the government. But then they have to answer.
UNEB does not receive money for examination of UPE program and USE program. What is the problem? Should the program be abandoned by the government, or we still want UPE and USE program?
Matia Kasaija told MPs that the slow economic recovery brought on by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic are to blame for the cuts.
If you look at the cuts to government development budget for Kabale University from 9.63 to 2.5 billion, Soroti University from 7.09 to 1.25 billion, Guri University from 11.1 billion to 2.12 billion.
This COVID has disorganized us totally. Business. So even my thing now got a problem. You remember when I did it, we were moving at 6% growth. Now we fell down to 3.6, but now we are moving again. I think now we are 4 or something like that. The cafe will still go up again. It will still go up.
However, the minister remains hopeful that when the economy stabilizes, there will be an increment in allocations of money for the education sector. The budgets affected include the Students' Loan Scheme, the National Council of Sports, as well as capitation grants for universities including Moni, Makerere, Mbarara, among others. Jumakiria, NTV.